everyone, welcome back. I'm Dai, and today I'm bringing you my very first manga first impressions video. If you followed me for a while, you know I am not someone who's on the new release train. A majority of what I read are backlist titles, and so in these videos you will probably not see a ton of new releases. That's not to say there won't be some new releases in these videos, however I do still want to shine a light on titles that may not be at the forefront of anyone's radar. In an effort to utilize my Kindle Unlimited subscription more, I started browsing the catalog for something to borrow and was pleasantly surprised to see that there are now several manga titles available to borrow on that service. This is one of those titles that caught my eye, and so I thought I'd share my initial thoughts on the first volume with you. The series is called Real Account, story by Okushou and art by Shimizu Watanabe. This is a shonen manga that is currently being published in the US by Kodansha Comics. The person on this cover is Ataru, who is our main character. You find out early on that he has lost his parents and is taking care of a younger sister. His sister seems to think he doesn't have any friends, however Ataru disagrees. He has a lot of friends on Real Account, which is a social media platform that is a conglomeration of several of our well-known platforms like Facebook and Twitter. One night after dinner, he logs into his account to see what's going on and is suddenly transported into the Real Account zone. He realizes that he is not the only one who has been transported into this place. There are a few thousand other people there too, and no one knows what's going on. We are then introduced to Marble, who you can see here on the cover as well. He tells them that in order to get back to the real world, they need to survive a series of games he has created. What happens in the Real Account zone is being broadcast in the real world, so their friends and family there can see what's going on as well. The first thing to note is that if you lose all of your followers on Real Account, you die. The second thing to note is that if you die during one of the games, all of your followers also die. This puts Ataru in a precarious situation because all of his friends are through Real Account. He doesn't know any of them personally, so why would they put their life on the line to remain his follower? I was intrigued by this first volume. There's a Hunger Game vibe with the way this is being broadcast into the real world. Morals come into play too, as you see people questioning if they should continue to follow a player in this game, knowing that if the player dies, they could die too. How they reason with themselves that even if they unfollow a player, someone else will stay followed so the player won't die and everything will be okay, which eases their conscience and places the responsibility on someone else. People realizing right before they die that no one cares enough about them to stay followed was a heartbreaking thing to see as well. It also touches on the way people aren't always the person they put across on social media, which I think is very relevant. Ataru is an interesting character himself as we start to see him try to outwit Marble, not only to help himself survive, but to help as many of the other players survive as well. I'm very interested to see how he progresses through these games and what solutions he comes up with to work against Marble. You can also start to see him forming friendships with some of the other players, which I think will be an interesting facet to this story and the trials that they are going through. This first volume ends in a cliffhanger, and I'm really wanting to know what happens next. There are currently 11 volumes out right now, though I believe volumes 9, 10, and 11 are an omnibus. If you have a Kindle Unlimited subscription, there are 8 volumes to borrow on the service currently. I'm unsure of the age rating for this title, but if I had to guess, I would think it would be older teen, due to violence, at least. As you can see, there is blood splatter on the cover of this volume as well. Let me know if you've read this title and what you think of it, or if you might be interested in trying this title out in the future. Hope you are all doing great, and until next time, take care and smile always. Bye!